Well, what are we fixing today? Today we have another rescue at the cottage. Rescue? I don't know. I'm doing it up here because I'm up here. And I can. So I will. Behind me is my Rush Street trailer. Or Rushed trailer. Actually, I bought those signs at Shawano Flea Market this couple weeks ago. And they're old street signs that were retired from somewhere, but they're reflective. So I wanted a big reflector on the back of this trailer so people could see it better in the dark. But I found two of them that said rushed. I always feel rushed. So, you know, same thing for that license plate back here. You should, I got this in a bin store. And it's actually a license plate from Japan, I guess. Came in Amazon. I don't know. It don't mean anything here. So, it's another reflector. Anyway, this is my trailer. We're going to work on my trailer today. And well, I'll show you what I have in mind. How's that sound? Let's do some stuff. Okay, so we're going to start out with the lay of the land here. I'm not going to open it up right now, but the back of this trailer, let's go back a little further. This is one big door. The hinge is over here. As you can see, it's got a full string piano hinge here. It opens from here, and then this just opens, right? But this leaves this gap up here vulnerable to leaking. Okay, this stick is on the door. So I got weather stripping in here, but the last time I had it parked, when this was sitting, right now it's sitting on an uphill slope. Let's see if you can see. And if it were sitting like this, it would be fine because rain would hit and it would roll off that way or other ways, right? But the way I had it sitting in the front yard, when it's sitting on a level, it sits up. So the rain hits the top here and rolls back. And when it gets back to this galley here, it runs in. So everything inside got moldy. Bad. Very, very bad. So, I had this idea. One, if I can just put a dam here, seal it, so that if it is tipped up, at least the water will come up to here and then run off, right? It won't it'll come up here and run off, it won't run down into the hole. So, okay, why don't I just glue a stick up here? Well, if I glue a stick up here, it's going to look stupid. Well, it'll look like it don't have a purpose. What I'm doing is going to look stupid too. But that's beside the point. That's not the point. Stop. Get on the point. Oh, I love looking out at the lake. Anyway, what I plan on doing is putting a piece of wood here and cutting it at an angle. And then at the top of that angle, I plan on putting this piece of plastic. It's all piece of siding. So I plan on putting this like here. So this will be nailed to the wood. And then this will be like up like this, somewhat. Tipped up. Let's get to the end of it here so I can handle it. So in the end, I'm going to have something like this. So the plan is that this is not going to completely shield this from getting rained on, but maybe a little bit. And this thing at an angle here and that, it'll make it look like there's a spoiler in the back of the trailer. And I mean, gas mileage, you know, I don't know. Probably won't help a damn thing. But certainly look cooler than a stick glued to your ass, so. I got a piece of wood ready inside. Let's go get the saw running and we'll see how it looks like. All right. So, hands a little dirty working on something else in the meantime. Not gonna need the crosscut. I'm gonna need this. So, what I need to do is take this and cut it from here to here. Cut that all off and make it like that. So in order to do that, I'm gonna have to tip the blade. Figure out what kind of an angle that is and stuff and things. I don't know. Certainly not going to be a 45, right? It will be a 45. I'm just going to look. Looks like I need a lot more. I'll get a lot more. So I put a stick on there. I'm going to be cutting like this. Of course, with that on there, I can't get this over. Alright, so the fence has to go. Okay, I'll deal with this later. Okay. All right there. Now I got to come up with a little piece of wood to tip this up. Estimate. Okay. We're getting somewhere here. Me likey. That ain't sketchy at all, is it? Let's see where this takes us. Sketchy? Maybe. Maybe not. A bigger one. There we go. And why not do this? Do this so I can double my angle. Let's see what works best. That or that? So now decisions need to be made. I have to have enough clearance for these things. So I got them back. Yeah, that's as far back as they need to be. So if I put this here, up pretty close. Of course I have to glue seal under this. But if I put this close, and I can take this thing, mount it right about there. It's certainly not going to cover everything, but it'll cover some of this. But the main problem that I'm trying to solve, I guess there's two problems. One, when you're driving on the road, it's going to push water and drive water down into here. And two, when it's parked, it's going to stop water and stop it here. So I think this and this, I don't think, let's look at this. Does this help me at all? This just makes it too high, I think. Okay, so not that one, just this one. So I gotta find some stuff to put underneath, and then we're gonna screw this down. All right, well, I got the crap all over me, but now I got RTV on here. Let's get this where I want it. Like so. That's the right size for this. Feels like it. All right, I'm gonna put some of these on first. These are shorter screws. I'll go towards the back part here. Take some pressure off because I don't want to strip them out. I'm going to go across so that it kind of squishes it down. Six inches seems okay to me. All right, that's good. Now give me this. Okay, I want to take this inside and cut it off. All right, so I trimmed it off, trimmed the corners a little bit so it doesn't bite me. And then this is getting screwed on right there. If I don't like it, I'll change it. Right, I got a little overlap, right? The overlap the same. So now, dealing with the latch, I can deal with the latch. It's just a little bit of a pain. Come winter, this will probably break off. I don't know. But it's probably all I can do. I don't know why this one is bent up more than the others. I think the sun will deal with it. It's just the way it was at the end of the piece of plastic. But the good news is I got enough plastic for probably 3 more. So we'll see how that goes. Well, as you know, it's summer, we're in the north, and this is the time of year that the Canadian woods burn and gives all kinds of smoke. However, that's not what the smoke is from. I'm burning some trash. It seems like I'm always burning trash up here, at least every day. Find something, or the stuff that we use. It's it's a trip to the dump here, and I don't even know if they recycle at the dump. I think it just goes to the landfill. Up here we just burn it. And all I do to recycling, I do the things. But here, in order to do the recycling, I have to haul it home. Who wants to haul their garbage home 300 miles, right? So, sorry about that, but I burned my garbage. And in there's some couch cushions that have been burned. So if you ever want to know what wool looks like burning, that's a wool couch cushion, because it smells like burning sheep. Little tidbit for you, little. But this is how that looks. We got it there. This is sealed under here. So the water comes from here. It's going to hit this and it can't get under there, so it's going to run off. This thing here is just kind of because I could, and I think it's going to break off in the winter, but we'll see. We'll see. I do have to replace the weather stripping in here because that's kind of iffy, but we'll see how the door opens. Remove the things. Guess that's a little harder now. And remove the other things. And then the door opens. So you can see that, this gasket is really iffy. I gotta replace this. But this is all that was keeping the seal. And in there, you can kind of see some mold here and there. So everything that was in here was covered in a moldy thing because the water had sitting uphill like this. The water had run down and then run into here and then run into there. Bad. So I think I solved that. What do you think? You think this solved that problem? I'm hoping it has. And maybe next time I won't be so rushed. So if you think it solved my problem, give me a like. If you think you'd do something different, put a comment in the YouTube. That'd be awesome. I love comments there. I try to respond to all of them. And there's other places to get hold of me. There's Discord, there's things and there's stuff. If you look in the description, there's a Patreon, there's all kinds of things. There's ways to help me. Best way you can help me now, though, is watch some of my videos. I could use some more watch hours. The watch hours help me get to a point where I can then monetize. You won't see any more ads than you do now. However, some of the ad revenue will actually come to me. Right now, I'm 5 years into this, and I haven't had any revenue. Once in a while, somebody buys me a coffee, which you can also do, which is appreciated. But you know, it'd be nice if all those ads you see, maybe some of them come to me, help me out, the creator, the one who's actually making the content. So give me some watch hours. Thanks for listening to my rant. And if you have any other ideas for what I want to do with the trailer, what I can do, I'm thinking those fenders need a little love. They're really close. I just put those tires on and they just fit. With a load, I can't fit my finger in here. But it doesn't touch. It hasn't rubbed. But that needs some love. I've painted the outside with the roof cement, the same stuff I used on the shed. So this is pretty well sealed all over here. But this was it. This was the Achilles heel. So let's hope this fixed it. There is that silicone under there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until next time, if your trailer is leaking, give it a spoiler, because then you won't be so rushed. Bye.